Since Mikel Arteta's arrival in December 2019, the Spaniard has spent close to £600 million on new signings. During this process, the Gunners have gone from finishing 8th in back-to-back seasons to becoming a Premier League title-challenging team once again. Mikel Arteta has made some emphatic signings for Arsenal, as well as some stinkers. Here's how they rank from the very worst to the very best. While the figure reads a high amount, it must be considered that the squad was a shambles when Arteta walked through the door. When you compare this to the squads that other Big Six managers were able to inherit, it's non-comparable. For the ranking of Mikel Arteta's signings at Arsenal, Jurrien Timber, Matthew Ryan and Austin Trusty will not be involved due to playing very little minutes for the Gunners. Of course, many expect Timber to hold major significance once he recovers from his unfortunate ACL injury. Alex Runarsson, the goalkeeper, joined Arteta's project in 2020, signing from Dijon for £1.5 million. He was quickly shipped out on multiple loans after a number of calamitous mistakes, which costed Arsenal in the Carabao Cup against Manchester City. The signing of Willian from Chelsea still gives Arsenal fans nightmares, as another player who joined the North London club from their rivals, being labelled a Chelsea reject. While not costing a penny in transfer fee, the wages of the Brazilian stood at £220,000 per week, which made him one of the highest earners at the club. Willian was 32 years old at the time and left after just one season, scoring 1 goal in that time. Marquinhos, dubbed to be the next Martinelli, Brazilian youngster Marquinhos signed for the Gunners in 2020 for £3 million from Sao Paulo. From making 6 appearances for Arsenal's first team, he did not do much to impress. Some will remember his first showing in the Europa League, where he scored and assisted, but after that, very little to write home about. Matt Turner, the former Arsenal number 2, only stayed with Arsenal for a season, after joining from New England Revolution in 2022 for £7.5 million. He made 7 appearances for Arteta's team, conceding 4 goals and keeping 4 clean sheets. Mikel Arteta's very first addition was Pablo Mari, who joined in the 2020 January transfer window from Flamengo on an original loan deal. The move was made permanent for a reported £6.8 million, but his stay at Arsenal was short-lived, as he departed in 2022. Mari proved to be a decent servant, but was just too slow for the league. Mikel Arteta's second signing as Arsenal manager was Cedric Soares, who joined in the January transfer window of 2020 on a loan deal from Southampton. The deal was then made permanent a few months later as his contract expired with the Saints. The right-back has made 60 appearances for the North London side, but for sure will leave in the next transfer window. One of the most hot and cold players is Nuno Tavares. He joined the Gunners in 2021 from Benfica for a fee of £8 million and made quite the impression during his first season. It's easy to forget that he actually started his first few games with some decent performances, but that was short-lived after making a number of errors after. However, he is still young and has potential to be a good footballer, just not at Arsenal. Hailed by Vincent Kompany was Albert Sambi Lokonga, who joined Arsenal in Arteta's second summer transfer window from Anderlecht for £17 million. Lokonga has not been a terrible player for Arsenal, but was clearly not ready at the time. Sambi has played a total of 39 games for the US. But his time may not be over, as he is having an impressive campaign with Luton Town. Fábio Vieira signed for Arsenal in 2022 from Porto for £34 million, and it was considered a project signing despite the fairly hefty price. So far, Vieira hasn't quite took off as a gunner, but has certainly had his moments. In the midfielder's first season, he scored 1 goal and assisted 2 in the Premier League from 22 appearances. He also provided 2 assists in the FA Cup, as well as a goal and 2 assists in the Europa League. This season, Fábio Vieira has played 8 Premier League games, scoring 1 goal and assisting 2. He's certainly portrayed moments of quality, but patience is running thin. Relatively an unknown when he signed for Arsenal in January 2023 for £21 million from Spezia, Jakub Kiwior has been very decent to say the least. The Polish international is a versatile defender who can play as a left-sided centre-back and left-back. What's noteworthy is that he's shown confident performances as an inverted fullback, which is crucial for Arteta's system. At a low risk of a price, Kiwior has joined the North London club with near to no pressure, which has helped him gradually integrate into the squad. Over recent weeks he has looked very impressive and could easily work his way up this list in time. The specific move for Oleksandr Zinchenko came in a transfer window which highlighted a significant change at Arsenal. Arteta was stepping up the attraction and managed to secure the addition of Zinchenko from Manchester City for £32 million in 2022. He went on to help the Gunners push for a title charge against his former club. Zinchenko's importance in the inverted role, acting as an extra man in the midfield, has helped Arteta find a way of dominating possession against most teams in the Premier League. However, I cannot look past his dreadful defending, which has cost us many times, and now with Kiwior, Tomiyasu, and Timber he is falling down my list. Recent circumstances may push Aaron Ramsdale further down the ranking, but it must be remembered just how pivotal he's been to the revolution at Arsenal under Arteta. The Gunners' number 1 joined in 2021 from Sheffield United for a fee of £30 million, making him the club's most expensive goalkeeper ever. He is adored by the Arsenal faithful. In fact, he arrived with lots of criticism as a volume of fans couldn't understand the price outlay on a keeper when Bernd Leno was already at the club. In 2022-23, Ramsdale was awarded a place in the PFA Team of the Year for his performances during Arsenal's title challenge. In that season, he kept 14 clean sheets in the Premier League and saved his side with world-class saves on numerous occasions. It does, however, look like time is running out for Ramsdale in North London, especially now Raya's performances have improved. Kai Havertz so far has been the most improved Arsenal signing. The German signed for the Gunners in this season's summer transfer window for a huge fee of £65 million from Chelsea. At the time of arrival, many were left confused as to why Mikel Arteta was so eager to add the attacker to his squad for such a price. But in recent games Arteta has proven us wrong with this signing. He is very important to this team. And if he can reclaim anything close to the form he presented in the Bundesliga, Arsenal will have everything worth the amount they paid. Another transfer which has taken place most recently is that of David Raya on an initial loan deal from Brentford. The loan is expected to be made permanent for a reported £27 million, but the addition once again left majority of Arsenal fans confused due to already having an excellent goalkeeper in Aaron Ramsdale. One of the biggest subjects of the 2023-24 campaign has surrounded the story of Raya and Ramsdale, and it's caused a lot of drama, too. The Spaniard's start was not as convincing as Arteta would have hoped, but it's beginning to look obvious that he will be the new Arsenal number 1. Arguably the best value for money signing under the management of Mikel Arteta at Arsenal is the transfer of Leandro Trossard for £27 million in January 2023. Similar to Jorginho, the Belgian represented a Plan B option after chasing Mykhailo Mudryk, who eventually joined Chelsea for £88.5 million. Since Trossard's arrival from Brighton, he's scored 7 goals for the Gunners and has operated effectively in multiple positions. He's played in replacement of Gabriel Martinelli on the left, as a false 9 striker, on the right wing and also in midfield. It's becoming a recurring theme that Trossard is finding himself using the iconic goggles celebration in important moments for his new side. It's looked a masterstroke when you see the poor start that Mudryk has undergone at Stamford Bridge. One of the biggest bargain signings that Mikel Arteta has made is Jorginho, who joined in January 2023 for as little as £12 million from Chelsea. The midfielder arrived under lots of negativity because, at the time, the Gunners needed serious reinforcements for their title charge. It was Moises Caicedo who Arsenal were originally targeting, but, due to Brighton standing firm with their rejections, Jorginho was Plan B. As another aging Chelsea player, there was really no optimism at all, but he's turned the narrative around and has been very good for his new side. The Champions League winner has also brought experience and a winning mentality, which is lacking in the young Arsenal group. As a second-choice holding midfielder, Jorginho might be the very best in the league. Takahiro Tomiyasu has quickly become a fan favorite when he arrived in 2021. The Japanese international joined the London side for as little as £16 million from Bologna. Tomiyasu was part of the new batch of young promising players who joined the Arteta project in the summer of 2021-22. Unfortunately, the versatile defender has suffered his fair share of injuries, but when he's fit, he's a very trustworthy component for the Spaniard. From right back, to centre back, to left back, Tomiyasu could probably play in goal if asked to. At the time of signing for Arsenal in 2021 from Brighton, many were left shocked at the huge expenditure of £50 million for Ben White. However, he's been worth every penny for Mikel Arteta's side, playing a significant role in every season since his arrival. Last campaign, the defender was surprisingly moved to right back, when many believed he was simply a ball-playing centre-back, and he flourished. Mr. Consistent. Benny Blanco. It's no secret that Bukayo Saka wouldn't shine as brightly if it wasn't for the work of White, who's a constant overlapping option. Mikel Arteta's only striker signing has been in the name of Gabriel Jesus, who joined in 2022, from Manchester City for £45 million. Jesus signed for the Londoners in the same window as Alexander Zinchenko, and the pair certainly brought their winning experience to the young Arsenal team. In his first season, he was struck with a long-term injury during the mid-season World Cup, but he still managed to score 11 goals and provide 6 assists in 26 Premier League appearances. This season, he's been emphatic in Arsenal's return to the Champions League, scoring 4 goals and contributing 2 assists from 3 starts. It was obvious that he was the key to unlock Gabriel, Martinelli and Bukayo Saka in the final third. Jesus thrives in the false 9 role. It can't be forgotten just how important Thomas Partey has been for Arsenal since his arrival from Atletico Madrid in 2020, for £45 million. This was Mikel Arteta's first major addition, and he's proven to be a top signing for the Gunners. Unfortunately, his injuries have been a major issue, and he's missed over a season's worth of games due to this. Furthermore, a number of his absences have come at the worst times, often when Arteta's side have played against teams within the so-called Big Six. As far as modern number 6 go, Partey is one of the very best. His ability to link defense to attack might be on par with Rodri, who's considered by many as the very best. The Ghanaian has the technical ability to avoid aggressive presses, which helped significantly with Arsenal's fluidity in 2022-23. It's possibly too early to rank him any higher in Mikel Arteta's signings as Arsenal manager, but if his first season continues in the path it's going, he could quickly rise into first place. At a record price of £105 million from West Ham, Declan Reiss has made everybody forget about the fee and has been nothing short of brilliant for his new club. In an era which is so short of elite holding midfielders, who can provide everything in which a modern team needs, it was vital that Arteta was to complete the signing of the former Hammers captain. Reiss is the shield in front of his defence, but also offers so much more. A statement signing, which is already proving to be one of Arteta's very best. The first major piece to Mikel Arteta's jigsaw was Gabriel, who joined in the Spaniards' first summer transfer window from Lille for £27 million. It was his first game against Fulham when everybody realised that Arsenal finally had a centre-back of physical authority and ball-playing ability. Since his arrival, the Brazilian has been one of the first names on the team sheet and has now formed one of, if not the best defensive partnerships in Europe with William Saliba. Whether he's popping up with a goal from a set piece or being the aggressor in the back four, the 25-year-old brings so much to Arteta's system. He's played 136 matches for the Gunners and has scored 15 goals during this time. Martin Ødegaard has been worth every penny and more of his £30 million price tag from Real Madrid in 2021. Originally being a Gunner on loan for half a season the year before, Ødegaard rediscovered the potential in which he always held since breaking onto the European stage at 15 years old. The attacking midfielder is now the captain of Arsenal Football Club and lead his team to a title challenge, with 15 goals in the Premier League during the 2022-23 campaign. The joint top goalscorer that year also provided 7 assists, making him one of Arteta's most important players to date. The Norwegian even earned himself a placement in the PFA's Team of the Year, followed by a nomination in the 2023 Ballon d'Or.